Prior to. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Overcast. Sorry, I didn't. I was making sure my volume was at the proper thing before I spoke. Welcome to Overcast. We are your meteorologists, your weathermen, here to just shoot the shit again. We've been reading a lot of comics lately. Actually caught up on two series, waiting on issues to drop. So the first one up we're going to talk about, just to get right into it, is the new Captain Planet and the Planeteers comic. 5 issues in right now, and they've pretty much taken us from taking us from them getting their rings to them fighting one of their greatest enemies, all in 5 issues. So I'm gonna let you go first. Like, what have been your thoughts besides the ones we've had together, obviously? But what have been your thoughts on the newest iteration of Captain Planet? Because we coming from the cartoons to this comic series.
Right. I haven't. So for me, it was they've taken very pleasant liberties with the original storyline and where all these characters sit in the overall mythos of Captain Planet. Like Mati was a distinct character that in the cartoons, while people understood the potential of, never really got to see the full extent of, because the cartoon is also very short-lived. Like for as cult and legendary as people loved Captain Planet 4 and what it was and what it meant, you never really get to see what all those characters could really become. Now, when you watch Mati, he looks like, a little South Asian Professor X and the de facto glue guy. So he was the biggest pleasant surprise. I like that everybody has a distinct character of themselves. Like they all own who they are, and you get the deep dive into each one of their worlds. Specifically, being able to see the distinctions between Kwame, Wheeler, and Linka, which because they're all very strong personal. Well, Guy too. They're actually, that was a terrible thought that I was gonna get into. I think that they're all very strong individually. Like if you look at them, they looked very very different. But Kwame looks like what we see in the series as the leader, but they all have their own way of pushing forward their own type of leadership. Linka is very forceful, as is Wheeler. They're both very competitive types. Guy stands as a voice of reason, simply because she's like a scientist, so you can see the scientific method in all the things that she does. Mati is a pacifist. He's been cleansed by the Captain Planet heart. You know what I'm saying?
And it reflects in it reflects on how he talks to people, how he handles people, how he diffuses situations. Vice, let's say Wheeler or Linka, with it straight up just
they'll
in your
punch their
face.
problem.
Yeah,
They punch
they
their
literally fucking just destroying whatever's in their way. Then I think Guy has it up there with next with temperament for the most part, making sure things done. But when she fucking jumped out of that fucking plane and did that water shit, fucking phenomenal. So then,
yeah,
we take it up to obviously Kwame with next reasonable de facto leader too, and then Mati with being obviously the most calm and reserved out of all of them.
In a way, Kwame's like the most dangerous in my opinion, because he pulls the earth around him. He's
okay. So what pull the earth around? What he's saying? Sorry to interrupt. In issue 5, we won't tell you, but Kwame uses his powers in a way that is so fucking cool. It's not just the making walls. It's not just the throwing the mud ball. He uses his power in such a way that it's like cool as shit. And even like his whole like speech during the end, he's like, man, you know what he say? I didn't need to beat you, man. I just needed
I needed to stall you.
Stall for time without powers combined type shit. And then, it was a fantastic end to that issue, and that's the kind of shit that, like, I'm talking about. We've been looking for issue 5 to drop for
for a while.
apparently got delayed, but it dropped last week. Man, we were on that red within hours.
I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to be wrong with what I tell the fans. I don't like the viewership need to. It was Plunder. Plunder in the cartoon wasn't originally Captain Pollution, right?
No.
Right, because
In the cartoon, it
he's
was
a totally
them
different person.
It was literally it's the same concept, kinda. It was them, the bad guys creating their own rings, and then their evil rings created the Captain Pollution version. Like, and we want to shit. This is a spoiler cast too. We expect you guys have it, and they do a spin.
You should have had your umbrella before you seen the overcast.
Hey,
pause.
They did do a spin on Captain Plunder. I mean, Captain Pollution. In respects to, instead of introducing all these different bad guys at once, Plunder is just the Lex Luthor of his time, and he's like, I'm fucking shit up. I just need one ring to make a copy of it, and turns himself into Captain Pollution. Like, we could tell y'all that without it spoiling it so much of how he got to the point, what he does afterwards, shit like that. So, but that's a spin that they do. Completely different concept in a cartoon. Yeah, so yeah.
But respectable spin, because he single-handedly was like his company. So the way you get thrown into this from issue 1 through issue 5 is like, the Planeteers were even a mistake to begin with, because the way they put Gaia into your consciousness, it's like she is the guardian of Earth, and there's been many like her, and they all have always wielded the power of the 5 rings, sort of like the Mandarin.
And then in times of need of all, and they did wait. They only show the previous Gaias. This is the first time she's had to. Well, this Gaia's had to share that power, correct?
With 5 other people.
God.
You know what I'm saying? Those 5 people equal 1 Gaia, pretty much. And so she pretty much splits her power among them 5, who embody those things. Without belaboring the point, Plunder becomes the new Gaia, because that's like a little bit of foreshadowing. If
the
you
bad
think about
Gaia.
It.
Right?
Yeah, he becomes evil Gaia, pretty much. Because he creates rings that are attuned to him versus her rings that are attuned to the Planeteers and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
Because she chose those champions of the magic, she used it. The synthetic rings end up being Plunders and Plunders alone. And
they do introduce the what's the girl with the lady with the hair strip? Dr. Vile.
Light.
Dr. Light. So she's
Dr. Blight.
Blight. My brain connected, fixed it in my head. So yeah, Blight. Yeah, they do introduce her. She's working with Plunder, whatever. But the story is great. The use of powers. I'm honest and say, shit. We saw the cartoon, and I'm sorry. I can honestly say this is probably some of the best use of their powers that I've seen. So I can only imagine with today's technology, today's special effects, CGI, all that stuff like that, what this Netflix adaptation is gonna look like.
I think that if they're using the comic book as a test ground for a much more serious, much more mature take, if they're using this as a sort of like media testing ground, I think it's gonna work. I think even the way they differentiated Captain Planet from his cartoon counterpart is pretty cool.
I agree too. Look at this. This is someone's fan idea. I like this Captain Planet look. I don't know why. I like that armor.
Because zoom in, he looks like Jiraiya. Tell him out.
So that looks really cool.
They also look like benders. Okay, I see. Linka looks very Celtic.
Linka does look very Celtic. I like Kwame's look.
Wheeler has like a Budweiser. What was that?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Like everyone's sitting here's cool and advanced and all this other stuff like that. I'm like, why Wheeler alcoholic? Like, why he gotta have a beer?
Because he's from Detroit. Is that what they're saying?
'Cause he's American. Like, here's a beer. Man.
But this Bud's for you.
Yeah, right. Like, but other than that, I think it's been it's decent. I mostly want to focus on
the Captain Planet design.
the Captain Planet been pretty dope. But my quick opinion, I had a blast reading it all. We both read the first 4 issues in like 2 hours, talked about it, waited on this 5th issue, and it was honestly and truly worth the wait. Funny thing, I posted about this this series on Twitter, and David Prepost, who writes for this, he's right there on the name right there on the cover. Hold on, I'll make sure I said it right too. Yeah, Prepost. Prepost. But cool thing about him, one, he responded and retweeted my tweet about how great the new series is.
Oh, it's fantastic.
He's also a writer of one of another really cool series that I like from a couple years ago called Scout's Honor. Let's see if I can find a cover. It's about this world where like we should fucking read it too. It's about this world post-apocalyptic. They kind of use the Boy Scout regiment as like a
training device.
Training device. And anyway, it's about this scout who's going across and trying to find, what's going on, blah, blah. Really cool post-apocalyptic story. One of the coolest things about it, every now and then, some of the comic book shops got a fucking patch. I got to find mine. I got one of them. But if you caught it, you could get a patch with the comic because the scouts collect patches. And like for each issue had its own. I probably got like 2 of like the 6 or 5 issues that it was. But we definitely should read this next.
Okay, that's on the list.
And definitely talk about it. I think it's short run, so definitely something that we can pick back up.
All right, Dave Prepost.
And yeah, I hope
we're saying your name right.
Prepost, David Prepost. So illustration as well. Casalos, you say that. I know you can look at that and say it.
Casalos, if I ignore that there's 2 L's and a Hispanic looking, that would say Casallos.
Casallos. All right, see, there you go. We appreciate y'all and what y'all doing. I thought a fantastic read. Again, praised it highly, still praising it highly. I even got recognition from the writer that, hey, look, we love what you're doing. Keep it up, man.
Yeah,
and
man.
So really looking forward to this series jumping off later on.
And even I would argue for this direct storyline to be translated.
I literally said that in my tweet. This should be the Netflix adaptation should be this good. If you're going to fucking start this, you should cook and tap David Prepost on the shoulder and say, hey man, we got a job for you. We read the issues. We saw the overcast. We heard what they saying.
Hey.
They want it. We're going to give it to them. That's what's going to happen.
It's very good. I mean, if you were a kid and you were enamored with the original series and you're reading this and you're, between a certain age, or if you're a new fan and you want to go back to see where this series gets its inspiration from, you won't be disappointed because it's an homage to the original, and it's never been done in this comic format.
As an OG fan, growing up with what we had with the original comics, what we had with the show itself, and being able to see honestly and truly the advancement and thought and things that you were able to do and imagine, you get shit like Kwame using the fucking Earth suit.
Bro, he was a mech. He was inside of a mech.
You get cool ass fucking fire animations with Wheeler. The damn combo with Gee and Lika when they fucking did the some
Dissipated the hurricane.
that dissipated the hurricane with their powers. Fucking chef's fucking kiss right.
Oh my god,
So
the
it was
combinations were ridiculous.
so high praise, high praise. We're definitely looking out. Issue 6. It's a beatdown coming. So
Yeah, and listen, and also, on another note, it does bring like back in the day, when a lot of people understand when Planeteers came out, that's when like people first started talking about like the environment being polluted, and they turned that into Saturday morning cartoon viewership. And with
we there again. We're there again with the things
extreme
what
weather.
they got, extreme weather, where they got all kinds of things, forever plastics, fucking all the pollution is fucking evolved since fucking
this
thing.
cartoon came out.
How many storylines that we can get about shit that's buried getting fucking exposed, leakage into water, shit like that, or whatever. I listened to this podcast called Swindled just the other day. Did this shit was on how they think they doing well by fucking putting shit in clay and capping it, but they just walk away and the shit leaked 10, 12 years later. They don't care. So like the pollution game is crazy, and the storylines about how to combat it. And the crazy thing about it, with the world's attention span now, you got to show them before they think about it,
Yeah, and friend of mine, this like you can Planeteer, like the Planeteers is like Bill Nye the Science Guy, because you were getting taught things and being entertained all at the same time. That in and of itself is part of what created a whole generation of kids that were like actually conscious of their environment, while simultaneously being entertained by a flying Superman type character in a like that was put together all Super Sentai like. But you understand, but you know what I mean, like you got entertainment, you got education, and you gained awareness, and that's what Captain Planet represented back then. And it literally gives that an injection of steroids when you talk about this 5-issue format that we just witnessed.
I agree. Like, had me thinking, had me paying attention, and looking back into shit like that, yelling at my parents for flicking cigarette butts out of the car and shit like that. Like,
but look what they did. Look at it. Like, you're introduced to Wheeler, right? And Wheeler is inside of the
warehouse,
the car plant,
auto
or
shop.
whatever.
Yeah,
like where they manufacture cars, a GM plant, pretty much, a Detroit General Motors plant, where he causes a fire on accident because he can't control his ring. But they show you that like people striking or whatever the case may be, like you see like he just destroyed a whole community with that whole plant thing.
Yeah, it's deep. And a lot of the great mention. What we didn't mention is a lot of underlying stories with what's going on with the characters themselves. So we don't know a little backstory about Wheeler in that plant, but obviously how it affects them. Linka's having an issue with her fucking father, and who's some way inadvertently creating pollution problems himself. So she's Robin Hooding against her. Him.
Well, her father is part of a big corporation,
like Plunders.
Yeah, like Plunders, but he can't say nothing because it would be bad for his bottom dollar.
Yeah, exactly. Gee, she's a fucking marine biologist, scientist, awesome. Kwame, he was a damn pro athlete, yeah, soccer star, football star.
And you find out in issue 5, he get that leg broke.
And listen, man, I was curious because you automatically assume he got hurt by training, he got hurt by whatever. And I'm here to tell you, the way you find out that he hurt his knee, I was sitting here holding it. I was like, oh my boy, it's like tragic. That's what it is. And not a moment go by where he regret his decision, not one. So I think. My tie shit. His family and his whole people spent years fucking fighting for their land and pushing people off keeping their land together. Dude, read Captain Planet and the Planeteers.
Yeah,
1 through
man.
5 issues out right now. David Pepose, again, hopefully saying your name right. Great job. Casalo's fucking art. You guys are killing it.
1,000,000%.
We honestly and truly hope that the masses are paying attention, and we really and truly hope that Netflix picks you guys for inspiration, because your story I would love to see on the big screen. This is a Captain Planet story I would love to see on the big screen.
I want to know whose goatee y'all modeled for Captain Planet. 'Cause it is tight, man.
I want to say David got a nice yeah. I see who they modeled it after.
It's tight, man.
Listen. Look who they modeled it after. Look at it. Listen. Look at it. Look, if I was in a comic myself, look, man, yeah, we need a beard. We need Captain Planet has to have the perfect beard ever. And David said, "You know what? I might have that for you. Why don't you go ahead and just take this picture, make it a little green." He took it, make it a little green. That's Captain Planet's beard right there. So we appreciate you. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate these characters. The character designs again are amazing. I love them. We got nothing else good to say. What? Read the comment. Read the comment. Next up, one that we've been having a lot of fun too. Just switching on to the
switching gears.
Comments, switching gears a little bit. Switching forecasts over to this area of the world. So you usually like that.
In other news,
Absolute Batman.
This just in. It's
12 issues in, and while I and Solo as well have seen and read at least, we can say over the years, at least vaguely, there's over 100, 200, 300 Batman storylines. But I could say at least, if we give us time, we can, top of our heads, at least name like 30 or 40 between us.
Yeah, I can
seen nothing like this.
This is different. Seen
absolutely nothing like this. Absolute Batman.
This is different, and it's like the Nolan verse crashed into something else, because the way they date. All right, so Bane's involvement in this changes the way you look at the origin story. So I don't know.
Let's just I can see what you're going. All right, real quick. Let's just give y'all a baseline of Absolute Batman and the story, the universe. In this universe, Bruce Wayne is not rich. His family is not rich. His family were teachers, activists, shit like that, or whatever. His father did get killed, but instead of fucking inheriting some fucking thing, he grew up in the hood. He grew up in the hood with his friend Ollie. Basically, we're just gonna name it. He grew up with his friends who are kid versions of the Riddler, the Penguin, Two-Face, Croc,
Catwoman,
and Catwoman. Right? That's 4.
Yeah, it's Riddler, right? Penguin, Croc, Catwoman, and Two-Face. And Two-Face. It's 5.
And Two-Face. So those are his 5 buddies. Grew up from the ground up kids. They were with him when his father got killed. They grew up, blah, blah, blah. But unbeknownst to them, Batman is tired. Bruce Wayne is tired of all the fucking shit happening in his city. They got these fucking people called the party animals that come in, and what they're doing is they're basically murdering, killing, pillaging, raping, doing it all. And so on top of that and doing other things or whatever, he's created all this technology himself. His cowl and shit like that is based on a fucking bridge that he built when he was a child, that basically can like maintain multiple weights and shit like that while collapsing and shit like that. The way he uses his cape is so fucking dope. Like, it's actually like a bat sometimes, right?
He grabs things. It's ridiculous.
It's basically telling the story about how this Bruce Wayne is fighting for justice in Gotham City against fucking ruthless, to the point he burns fucking millions of fucking dollars, hundreds of millions of fucking dollars. But But it's about him trying to figure out this conspiracy that's going on top of them building these black sites called ARCs. The one he's going to investigate is ARC
M.
The way I read that, I said these motherfuckers ARC M, they good.
Because there's ARC H, there's ARC A.
All over the world. The one in Gotham is ARC M. It's great. You realize that this black site is where they're doing experiments. Shit happened to his friends. They get beat or experimented on, and he gets experimented on for what? He's gone for like month 2 get experimented on using it
like 3 months. I think it was
experiment the same shit that like Bane went through. In this, his Bane in itself is just like some fucking world renowned fucking just assassin.
Some
killer. And the fights
brutal.
Outside of the one with Bane, because Bane put on his ass, but also didn't even forget to talk about the fact that Alfred's not fucking
his butler.
It's not his butler. He's some secret operative that's in Gotham tracking the party animals, some other shit, who has fucking encounters with Bane. Shit,
he's also tracking Batman.
He's also tracking and found and lost Batman on multiple occasions until Batman decides to start working with him. But dude, I'm remembering that fight he had against the party animals when he was going down those stairs. He cut dude's arm off.
Yeah.
This Batman cut a guy's arm off.
Yeah, dude, he does everything but kill.
But kill. Like he was
no kill rule was in effect, but he's very brutal. This guy's on the level of Spawn brutal without murdering.
but with that little bit of background, this Batman story is completely different. The character the character origin stories are completely different. Like to the point that by the time you get to 12, his friends are becoming their characters. You know, for example, I thought previously that when they showed Penguin, I was like, man, Penguin tall. They made this Penguin tall, right? And then some shit happened between Penguin and Bane, and and then the doctor's like, yeah, he probably won't. Some of his bones won't even fucking heal, and blah 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 blah. I can't even describe. You got to read it and see the picture yourself. This motherfucker, he went from being tall to looking Penguin shaped.
Straight up. It was interesting that how they did it with all of them. I feel like Croc was tragic.
Very, very.
I feel like he was very tragic because he was asking to be. He didn't want to live. At that point, he was like, I saved you for a reason, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So you could end it, but he was tragic. They were all pretty bad. Harvey not so bad because you kind of expect what happened to him the way.
The names that they. Oh, this is another thing. The character designs when it comes to when it comes to the thing, like for example, let me show you guys this picture of Mr. Freeze.
Oh yeah, dude. You talking about the cover art?
Oh yeah. Well, no, I'm talking about like the cover art was dope, but I'm talking about they need to see. This is Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze in this story came down with a fucking rare disease. His parents put him in cryo. They didn't realize that while he was in cryo, he was awake the entire time, going absolutely batshit fucking crazy. They eventually fucking found a cure for him and then invested in fucking cryo shit or whatever. But then he turns into this. And that tip of the iceberg on his story alone.
Yeah, because the dude, those blue veins like illustrate his ability to touch anything and then make it go Sub-Zero or whatever the case may be. Because he actually got a hold of our Caped Crusader and was like kind of like
damn near almost put him on ice for real, for real.
Yeah. He also actually had him in the tank, if I don't remember, if I remember correctly. But yeah, and they explain his strength, how strong Mr. Freeze is based
Oh shit!
on, yeah. Look at that's Croc.
Well, how strong Mr. Freeze is. Sorry, I didn't mean to switch. I
Based
just
on
meant to
like
have it up.
frozen corded muscle, they had like some pseudoscience. It made sense with you when you was reading the comic, but he was able to like manhandle the hell out of Bruce.
This is fucking Doc. This is Croc, Killer Croc. One of his best friends, boxer, MMA fighter, actually had his own gym. Experimented on, turned into a fucking actual crocodile. That fucking this all the way down. That is his mouth. Let me see if I can find a picture of it open. Picture of it open without someone's what's it call it on it? There you go. Without someone's damn watermark. That's him opening his mouth. So look, if you go here, look to see all that row of teeth opens up until this. It is fucking. It is. It's crazy.
It looks ridiculous when you see how big they made him. Like,
let's see.
they have a bit of art on him, like on. It's a lot of
this picture actually fucking does it best because this shows you. Oh, by the way, in this comic, Batman is 6'9", 470 pounds. By the way,
wow,
that is Bane compared to him, and that's. I only say he only a little bit bigger than he fucking actually was before he pumped the venom in him, because he was torn with Batman then. I think I want to say that might be without too many other.
Yeah, he's not really using venom right there. He tells him too. He's like, I'm not even juicing right now. Imagine if I was juicing.
And so those are the big major enemy. Oh, that picture's fucking horrible. Trying to find it. Okay, yeah. And supposedly, next issue we're getting next issue we're getting Catwoman, right? Right?
I think so. Yep.
Absolute Catwoman. Oh, Absolute Joker, I meant. But apparently the art for Absolute Joker has dropped, and that's supposed to be Joker. Now tell me how this fit with Batman and his world. If I hadn't seen, if I had, everyone know what Venom does to Bane. If I hadn't seen fucking Killer Croc, I tell you, I wouldn't have known
why Joker looks like that.
Why Joker looks like that.
Well, I'll tell you this.
The character design and what they do with their characters have been absolutely outrageous, but all worked out in the end and fit overall.
Well, remember the whole thing with Joker was that Joker fell into some chemicals in a factory.
Do you think that this mysterious guy that they've been showing throughout has been Joker the whole time, working behind the scenes for like ever? Same.
Yeah, because remember, Joker had no identity. They can't identify this dude. So I'm saying,
is that true in the comics too? Like even in the comics, Joker's identity is probably one of the most. I mean, the things like no one like. Does he actually get a name one day or like?
I forget what it is though, but they do. They give him a name. You know what I mean? Like that's. But for the most part, like the whole thing about or surrounding Joker was like how he had no name. Like his fingerprints didn't match nowhere. Or anything like that. But whatever the case, They did a bang up job giving you some fever dream version. It's like a nightmare fuel.
Every story is okay. Every story and what his name is sometimes revealed. It was revealed in Flashpoint. Apparently, Jack Oswald White.
Jack White.
Jack White. This is what we do. We don't know. We look it up. Research that way we ain't give you guys
Jack White.
the wrong information. Okay. 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 And then we pop it up. Everyone pop. Okay. All right. So, but Joker is a behind the scenes guy they've had so far. They've been showing a lot of him just. They have a scene of someone doing some nefarious shit. They updating this guy on the beach, shit like that. So
yeah, you don't know what's going on, but his downfall, I think, is going to be what transforms him into Joker, and I think it's going to be a conflict between him and Bane.
Yeah.
Because remember, he offered Bane something.
Yes, and so we don't know what that is yet. So I'm curious on elaboration for that as well. I think the last comic we've been reading, was started. I'm on issue 2. Solo's on 4 or 5, but we've started Absolute Superman also. And so far, the only thing I can tell you what I know, and he may be able to go into a little bit more detail without super spoilers for me, is Superman is Superman and has Superman powers on Earth. His origin story is completely fucking different about the way his parents were, classism and stuff like that or whatever on Krypton as well. But he has a fucking talking suit. And when I saw that cape come out for the first time, they call it dust, right? When I saw that fucking cape come out for the first time, I thought that shit was so fucking cool. And if I get Lois Lane shooting him in the face like 8 times, I was getting upset too. I was like, come on, man. Listen, man. Let him talk real quick.
And Peacemakers, you saw that, right?
I did see that. And so I was looking more into watching Peacemaker Core and looking particularly to see if they would mention that particular Peacemaker, because his last name is Smith, right? I don't remember being a Smith, but I'm just now reading. You remember seeing a Smith?
Yeah, there was a Smith.
There's an actual Smith Peacemaker, part of the Smith Peacemaker. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I thought that was a cool addition because we literally just started watching Peacemaker. We're on the first season, still episode 4 or 5 now. But yeah. So thoughts on Superman? I don't have much to say really outside. I think it's really cool so far. So 4 issues in.
I'll only talk about what we know. And I'm 4 issues in, and I'll tell you that it stands to give it more of a broader stroke as far as like how I'm looking at this, because if I'm going to judge Batman, the absolute Batman, to be an alternative work of art after 12 issues, I have to give Superman the same amount of time, because the change in like the status quo of his original birth parents, like so his birth parents in the birth parents that he has in Absolute Superman, his mom,
both his mother and his father are both very outspoken individuals.
They were
on Krypton, or were they on Kandor? Which one? Kandor was a city?
Kandor's a city in Krypton.
On Krypton. Okay. So they were very, very, very vocal about, like, for example, one he said that, I think I have it up right now actually. Where's that picture? I took a screenshot of. Yeah, okay. All right. In school, my mother, Laura Lorvon, was an exemplary student, destined for great things, everyone said, until she wrote an essay criticizing Krypton's lack of funding for interstellar exploration. For this, she was labeled unruly and forbidden from ever applying to the Science Academy. She was 9 years old. She wanted to be an astronaut. So that shit. I thought I was like, damn. His father wrote an essay in college or trying to get to college about how they drilling the world, and it's gonna it's gonna lead to destruction. He got kicked out of school and got sent to be on basically a survey corps type shit for his career path, and then the world exploded. Surprise, surprise.
And mind you, not like his dad's supposed to be like a master geologist type.
Yeah,
Like
great mind. Yeah,
he's like a geologist sort. So he understands, mining, overmine, things of that nature. His mom, she's like the overall engineer of the two. She's like the absolute smart one, and also very, very fierce defender of her family. Now, in the first two issues, you're being brought back into the past for backstory and then back forward to the present. And when he's on Earth, it's not like you're seeing Kal-El the baby. You're seeing him, in his late teens, maybe like maybe early, I want to say late teens.
I would say, let's say, Lois. Okay, let's do it like this. Lois is a engineer in the Corps or whatever. She could be like, let's say 20s, early 20s. Because Lois
Superman's
Lane,
early 20s.
early 20s. Lois Lane is a soldier in her Corps or whatever. So we can say between
20,
18 and
20.
19, 20, 21, whatever. So let's do 18 to 22.
All right.
And then, yeah.
Because the way she describes him,
I guess we could Google too.
He's a man, but, still very much a boy. Like, the way she was describing him. So.
Say, he smelled amazing. Smelled like a man, she said. What'd she say? Hold on. I took a screenshot of that too. Hold on.
Musk of cow.
Hold on. Oh, damn it.
Sound like a tree or something.
Took a screenshot. Where? Okay. First, I took a screenshot of both of these panels for a reason. Suggested course of action, further study, intense study. I hereby formally request full-time Superman assignment. Agent Lane's private notes. He smelled like oak barrels full of burgundy, stored for 1,000 years in a musty basement. He smelled amazing. So that's why I had to bump that age up to like 22. She a woman. Oak barrels full of burgundy. Damn. His suit, by far, my favorite and top Superman suit I've seen. Not only is it leaning towards my colors, I'm a red and black kind of guy, so I get that. I always enjoyed Superman's resurrection suit over his other suits, anyways, and long hair Superman also. I'm also Smallville fan, so that you guys know where I'm leaning with that. So I like that Superman look and absolute Superman. As it. Why haven't I pulled up a single picture of him? Trying to get a good.
So yeah, the suit you were describing it. I think it was like it serves as and I think you get this in the first couple issues as well. It serves as a spacecraft.
Yeah, it's a spacecraft and a suit. I haven't got to I got to the part where his mother mentioned it. One, she mentioned that she fucking invented it in high school when she was a kid. She invented it when she was a kid, not high school. I invented this when I was a child, she said. But that is the suit. It literally, Superman is Superman. He has Kryptonian powers. That hasn't changed, at least what we know so far. He cannot control it yet. There's a scene in issue 2, maybe 1, 2, maybe, that the suit was like, well, Cal, don't, you can't control it. He fucking Cyclops splashes everyone with everything. But if you can see, I'll point it out. The suit is just pretty much all black or whatever, and these, I want to say, they look like sun flares, sun whatever. And the suit itself, I gotta find a picture of the episode of Superman Cape Dust. Is what it's called. Do. Oh, is this a real picture? Why do we use real pictures that are not real pictures? But basically, his and what do they call it? Sunstone. So his suit itself isn't of like cloth or whatever. It's made out of sunstone dust and can literally shape. It's like Spawn's cape. It's like Spawn's cape. That's the best way to put it. Let me see if I can get a screenshot of. Find that screenshot. Why share? How do I share? Print screen. Okay. Oh. I open this. I swear I know how to do computer stuff. Save as. Comments. Save. Close. Open. Comments. Share. Oh, I didn't mean to stop sharing. Screen. Window. This one. Okay, finally. I didn't want to share nobody else's website or what. Anyway, if you look, the cape is basically forming stretchers to move people out. She's carrying some people, and the suit also mentioned multiple times how he needed to absorb sunlight. He actually mentioned a place that had like multiple different sunlights or whatever. I thought it was pretty fucking cool. But yeah, that was it. I know Solo ain't read more than what I got, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it for this episode. Appreciate you guys watching, listening, chilling. As always, appreciate you liking, sharing, and subscribing as well. Comment, follow, everything. Appreciate it. Please read Captain Planet and the Planeteers, Absolute Batman, and we're recommending Absolute Superman currently, but I'm gonna get Solo into some indies. We're gonna read Scout's Honor and come back and give you that too. And we gotta read Good Boy before the movie comes out. I have all those issues. All right. Take care.